Okay. Just so you guys know, I just search on Apple Podcast search, and I typed in Joey Podcast, and I see a man with his shirt off with caution tape over his nipples, a ripped man. That's the title is an older gay guy, and another person who looks like a stripper with a chubby Asian man in front of him, shirtless. What is going on here?
I don't know, but that's definitely the intro to this podcast. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Joey Podcast, the mountain bike podcast with one guy who's making way too much money on YouTube, one guy who eats far too much during podcasts, and one guy who is way better at bikes than you. Who wrote this? Hold on.
I'm better, way better than you.
That's gotcha. Not even the song.
But it's my song, Paul, because I'm better at bikes than you.
I'm going to make this intro script private soon because this is getting out of hand.
It was going off the old notes, the notes about his first ride.
Paul's going to take over this podcast. Okay. It's sponsored by Paul the Punter, and no one will listen.
That's a great point. Please go and subscribe to the best YouTube channel.
Daily Mountain Bike Rider. Thank you, Paul.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, it's the Crashing Dad. We both know this.
It's true. We do.
And we are 3 mountain bike YouTubers, and that's how we all know each other. And as such, we've decided to start a mountain bike podcast where talk of head angles and suspension kinematics. No, that's off limits. Shame on you for even considering that. So
I would spell angle as angel, so that's way off limits. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, wow. Okay. If you enjoy this, then please consider leaving a 5-star review on iTunes. I don't think you can actually do something on Spotify, maybe like it or something. But please just tell other people. That's how we really want this to grow. So just tell your better half, tell your children, tell that guy at work that won't stop going on about Bitcoin, even though it's definitely been over for quite a long time now.
It's coming back, guys.
Yeah, just like tulips. Anyway.
Get to the point, Paul.
I'm trying, but you keep interrupting me. So we have Sheyn.
Hey, yo. I am the Crashing Dad. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hold on. You completely messed up because it's meant to be like, let's try that again because it's meant to be way more dulcet tones and kind of, you're easy on the ears for our listeners. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Sheyn sounds like this.
This is Sheyn from the Crashing Dad.
Oh, there we go. Bonus. And this is Josh.
Hello, everyone. How are you? How is your day?
Like, you really need to come up with a new joke now because that's the 3rd time and we've only been doing 4 episodes. So.
No, last time I talked with a funny accent. Now I'm talking like Paul the Punter. No, I'm not Australian enough. Sorry, guys. If you listen to the last one, then you'll know Paul has an Australian accent, though he's not Australian.
And my name is Paul because I am American. And that's how you know, because I'm talking super loud.
But by the way, Paul, you've never shared on the podcast yet with Paul's accent.
Oh, and
I've seen this happen so many times, and every time I laugh so hard. He's like, Paul will tell me, he's like, Josh, like whenever I say my name to any American or Canadian, they always are like, what? And then he's like, and then I say it like an American. You say?
I go, Paul.
And then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, cool. It's the funniest thing. My name is Paul. And they're like, what?
It happens like 5 times a day for me. Like it's now just become just one of those things. I guess this is what oppression feels like, but it's when I go into any kind of like.
Paul, I think you need to look up what oppression means.
It's when I go into like a coffee shop and I'm like, they're like, "What's the name?" And I say like, "Oh, Paul." It's like I've decided to speak Klingon or something. Like they just have no idea what I've said. So I gave up and I just started saying Paul. And then I just found 100% success rate. So I just went, well, I guess this is who I am now. So there we go.
Thanks,
anyway, now we always start off the podcast, as you'll know from our very long back catalogue of 3 other episodes, by talking about where we rode last week. And then after that, we're going to move on to our Joey of the Week segment, which is my favorite part. And then we're going to have a bit of a discussion on weight loss and mountain biking, gents. Mixing things up. Am I right? So let's start off with the not so daily mountain bike rider, Josh.
Yep.
Where did you ride last week?
I rode 2 times, local rides. I didn't really have my normal rides because I normally coach for the high school mountain bike team here in Bellingham. The season has officially ended, which means the weather is nice enough where all the students go and ride the unsanctioned trails. Not that we have any. So anyway, I went on 2 rides.
I've got to jump in here. There's a new Instagram account that has popped up in Squamish called Loam Shame, right? And
Loam Shame.
Yeah, and I don't know who it is, some genius, but anytime anyone Stravas or takes a photo or like exposes the location of a secret trail, they are shamed. And it's like full Game of Thrones, like shame. And they edit it all together and they're just naming and shaming everyone.
Wow.
And the term is ringing the bell. When you've committed the crime, you are a bell ringer.
So Paul, have you done anything shame worthy by the owner, like categorized by the owner?
No, because I haven't ridden any of the cool trails. Gotcha. I was about to start doing it. I normally have like a month of just like, okay, here we go. And then I had that crash and it's kind of ruined my month. And obviously cross country Paul is here now. So anyway, Josh, please.
Yeah. So, I rode 2 times. One was just a buddy, just like an easy ride. But the other one was the more noteworthy one is I went and did a bike check out on the trail. So I brought on my camera gear. And whenever you have camera gear out on your mountain bike trails, you're like, you know what I should do? Make a sick 3rd-person edit. And I'm by myself. So I set up, if you've never done this before, which everybody I feel like should, like whoever you are, like you mountain bike, you're like, I want to show my mom I'm super cool at mountain biking. I have a tripod. Okay, maybe I have a stick I put in the ground and tape my phone to it. And so I set up my tripod. You hike up the trail. You do like the first 2 jumps or like the first jump. And then you stop, run back up, move the camera angle, go again. And then like after like the 3rd shot, you think like, what am I doing?
What is the point?
Oh my gosh.
It's been 3 hours and I've only filmed 2 jumps.
Yeah. And so speaking of weight loss, I lost like 10 pounds because I ended up running like a half marathon, whatever kilometers that is, Paul.
A half marathon, Josh. I've told you a million times to stop exaggerating.
All right, a full marathon. Sorry, trying to get it back to reality. So I ran so many times. And the worst part is like on like well-built trails or like good jump trails, there's like no like hike-a-bike sections. There's no easy way to push your bike up. So it was terrible. So at the end, I got done making my edit. I went home. I was frustrated because I was out there for like 3 hours and I didn't necessarily want to be out there that long. Got home, edited down the video, and the edit turned out to be 13 seconds. Totally worth it.
Wait, 13 seconds.
Let me check, Paul, so I don't exaggerate. It's probably a little bit longer.
No. I mean, Instagram story? Shane, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure Josh can't be that fast that he spends 3 hours filming to get 13 seconds.
Dude, it was the worst. All right, let me see. So it looks like it was. Oh, I lied. It was 12 seconds. No, I'm just kidding.
15 minutes.
It was like 35 seconds, but still, it was probably an hour and a half or an hour for 35 seconds, which the rate of return is terrible.
Hey, do you want me to give you a professional cheating tip?
Sure.
You ready? Ready for this? Film it in slow-mo.
Oh, why?
Because it lasts longer.
But no one wants to see you ride in slow motion.
But then it covers up so many other things. You're welcome. Free tip. No worries.
It's like, oh, this guy's so slow and now it takes twice as long. This video's taking forever.
But people can just like speed it up and watch it double time or something.
Yeah, but anyway.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a Sheyn self-filmed edit somewhere. Wait, you do loads, Sheyn? You like...
Yeah, sometimes. But I do the slow motion, but I like to, you put some music under there and you do fast motion, slow motion, fast motion, slow motion to the beat. And it's
to the beat.
This is far more artistic than I will ever be. To the beat. Yeah, so I went and did that, and I think it's been like over a year since I've done a 3rd-person edit like that, and I think it will be another like 2 years until I think this is a great idea. So I'm done with that. But that was my writing for the week.
Not only does Paul do slow motion, but he also just brings a bunch of us with him to recruit to hold the camera.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing my videos. It's been
the other trick.
It's working out pretty good.
So instead of stretching time out, Sheyn, it sounds like you got a lot of rides in a short amount of time this last week. How was your riding?
Oh my goodness. Well, I normally get only like 3 rides, but this week I got in like 5. Holy shit.
Oh, 5 rides.
But I don't think road bikes count, road rides, and it looked like you did a dirt road ride. Know what I'm talking about?
I'm stuck out in the middle.
I think that's graveling.
That is not a sport. Do not give it a name. It's like a puppy. If you call it something cool, people will adopt it. Leave it alone.
Well, so I'm stuck out in a place called Kremlin, Colorado, and it really has made Kremlin, Colorado.
Kremlin. That sounds like
it's a horror movie. It's like
I was gonna say you are in a horror movie now because you're the business guy just passing through. Like probably ran out of gas. Did you run out of gas? I imagine you did.
Totally. Yep.
And you pulled over. It's like the one motel, and you like. There's no one at the desk, and it's anyway. Sorry, I'm scripting this. I'll say
the descendants of the Gremlins. Kremlings. Is that right? Is that good?
Then I pull up Trail Forks, and there's literally nothing on Trail Forks.
that's the horror punchline. It's like
I ask the front desk.
Oh my god! There's no mountain biking here.
But okay, so the book in the hotel said mountain biking asterisk. Ask the front desk. So I asked the front desk. She's like, I think there's some hiking trails, but I don't know if you're allowed to bike on them. So I'm just going around on dirt roads around here, and I realize how much I take for granted where I live.
We all do.
When I come to a place like this, it's just I'm 5 minutes away from trails from home, but then I come out to here, and it was just I'm riding on dirt roads and trying to not feel like a road biker again. Oh, so bad.
How many intervals did you do?
Intervals?
I bet you did intervals on the gravel.
I shaved my legs, and then I went out there, and I was like, how many watts per kilogram can I get?
You're both dead to me right now. Oh my God. Just saying interval. It's like, that's no. Just saying.
No, yes. I mean, it's okay. For me, it's, you got to pedal before you got to earn your food. Before you go to eat, you got to go pedal at least half an hour to an hour. But I mean, other than that, I hooked up with a friend I haven't ridden in a while, and we did this thing called the no pedal challenge. When I basically said we should take our chains off, I'd never done that before. Have you guys?
Is that where at the start of a trail you decide like with a buddy, hey, we're not going to pedal the whole way down?
Yeah, and you just put it in first gear, so like when you are shifting your weight, you're not adding any power. And
yeah, we do that all the time. It's when you have pretty steep trails, or maybe not even steep, it totally transforms a trail for you.
I could see that. See, this wasn't like a super steep trail, so we're like trying to get all the pumps out of every single little thing you can get. But it made me realize how much energy I waste when I do pedal in certain sections. Like you could totally get rides way faster if you're just focusing on pumping.
Yeah, well, this is the Aaron Gwynn winning Leo Gang without a chain. Like
I watched that today.
Oh, you watched you watched that race, or you watched Leo Gang from the weekend?
I watched Aaron Gwynn's run.
Oh,
Chainless. I did watch the highlights, the winning runs.
Ooh, the racing this weekend was exceptional.
Was this back-to-back downhill race weekends? Is that right?
Yeah. Full William into Leo Gang is, or they just do it all together.
What's that winner guy's name? Loic
Bruni. Nicest guy in the world. Nicest guy.
Sorry.
No. No, he's a comedian from 1920s, I think, just before the Depression. No, I think he is like all time.
Yeah. If you watch his suspension, like he has the most dialed bike out of all of the dudes that are riding. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just like he is just moving in like a straight line, and his bike is just moving everywhere else. It's nuts. Yeah. But did you see Did you see Tracy won?
Yeah, your buddy Tracy.
But T race, and she's now number 1 in the world as well.
Wow. Who was number 1 before this week?
Rachel. Rachel was.
Okay, because Tracy won the first one.
No, she's won every qualifying so far.
Oh, that's right.
And she was like, I think her opening line was, "I can't believe I've finally won on the right day."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you're name dropping your friends. Do you text her after and say, "Hey, what was the song?"
No. Apparently she's been, for those listeners that have never seen this video. I did a video with Tracy. She tells me to sing a song. I go faster. Go and watch it so you can catch up. So she actually got like mauled. Not mauled. That's like so many people were coming up to her Crankworks in New Zealand because that was kind of quite soon after it just come out. And everyone was just asking her about it. And she was like, she couldn't get away from it, she said.
Oh, no.
There was like so many people. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
So did she block?
Hey, no. I said her congratulations, but then I was probably one of like
1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm really good friends with her mechanic. And he messages me like all the time. And I was speaking to him, and he was like, he just left the after party. So it was quite a hilarious little chat. But no, it's like, yeah, it was obviously well deserved, I think. And now, like with Tiny out and Rachel had this big crash, like the whole series is her to lose, basically, which is pretty nuts. Yeah, like Tracy just needs to just kind of coast in almost now.
All right. Well, luckily we're not a podcast about all the cool racing, even though it is cool. So back to Sheyn. You tried not pedaling like an Aaron Gwynn chainless, and you liked it.
Oh yeah, super fun. I'll do it again, and I recommend that you do it too.
I almost feel like when you're
sponsored by this podcast is sponsored by No Pedals.
The new pedals called No. I really feel like when you're focusing on cornering and trying to like gain momentum, like when you take your attention off pedaling, you go faster. Maybe I'm wrong. It's probably documented that I'm totally wrong, but works for me.
Well, I know one magazine, I think it was after the Gwyn thing, they went out and did a chainless versus chain thing. And basically the times were exactly the same. It's just that the person without the chain was less tired. I think that was the difference. Yeah.
And I think for me, it made me think more about not the speed going into corners, but how much I need to scrub to maintain the most speed coming out of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. When I used to, you blast into a corner, hit the brakes, hit the corner, and then pedal to get your speed out. I don't know. I mean, because I'm kind of a Joey when it comes to cornering. Dude, straight line for me, put all the chunk you want in it, I'm good. But then if you throw some turning in there, I don't know what I'm doing. So the chainless or the no pedaling thing was super fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And did you ride?
Me, guys, I did some mountain biking this week.
Proud of you, Paul.
Thank you. I pre-rode. I did a couple of days on the weekend pre-riding the Spacquas, which is my cross-country race of the week. That's happening on Saturday. 40 Ks, 1,600 meters of climbing, maybe something like that.
That's a lot.
So I did a couple, and I actually like stopped on my local trails I ride all the time, and actually looked at some of the lines. And I was like, I actually thought about it. And I did actually find a couple. And I was like, oh, what if I just did this? Or like there's this one punchy bit. And what I'd normally do is I'd just come around the base of the corner and then just get into an easy gear and just kind of spin my way up. But then I was like, wait a minute, what if I just left it in a heavy gear and just, stood up and powered up? Wouldn't that actually be easier? And then this guy just comes past at the most perfect time and does exactly that. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's how you got to do it. And then it was way easier.
Luckily, you thought about it first before he came by. So you're like, I'm not an idiot. Thank you, sir. I already thought about that.
That was my idea.
And you know what? That was not you. What you guys as YouTubers are going to love this. Okay. So before I dropped into this trail, I was making a video. I was making a video for it, like a pre-riding cross-country thing. And I was
that video's going to do great, Paul. Pre-riding a cross-country race. Hello, folks. I am a cross-country racer. Instantly next. Sorry.
Slow motion leg shaving.
Just lots more traffic from Europe. Like that. Germany is number one country.
Oh, we love cross-country races. Is that German? I don't know.
That was our first cross-Atlantic offense. Very good, Josh.
Sorry, guys.
Good that we broke that duck, I guess.
I'm American. Is that an excuse? Sorry, Paul. Keep going.
It's normally what you say, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I dropped into the trail and I was just thinking, to myself, oh man, I wish I had someone else here because I could probably get a really good thumbnail somewhere down here because there's lots of wood features, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not kidding you, on the exact feature that I wanted a photo, there was a photographer there with a high-end camera, and she was taking she's going to be taking photos at the race. So she came out to get some practice in so she could figure out where she was going to stand.
You lucky clickbaiting son of a gun.
And I just came around the corner.
Hello, I'm Paul. Can you please take a thumbnail picture? Add more wood, more views. Thank you.
That is what I said. I just
I will pay you in a burrito.
It was so, but the timing was insane. Like, what are the odds of you're like, oh, I would love a photo, and then you just bump into this photographer with like really high end gear and like a flash and everything. It was. Did they charge you like $25 like race pictures are? Well, she was practicing, so she's not a professional. She's still in school, and so I gave her some of my experience, knowledge, whatever. But no, she was stoked. It was great. It was a new friend has been made. There you go.
So basically, you're saying you don't deserve to pay her because you allowed her to have some of your knowledge.
Well, my knowledge is probably more.
Paul's just deep sigh, like in his head, he's going, "Yep, exactly," but he's trying to be polite and not be pretentious.
Here I am, just being like, "I made a new friend," and you're just like, "Excuses."
I didn't use the E word, but the word is excuse, everybody. But if you're watching on YouTube in the video, I'll just start holding up fingers, like, "Oh, that was an excuse." Sorry, Paul. Keep going and tell us about your pre-ride and how everything went flawlessly.
It was okay. I messed up a couple bits. There's this one trail at the end that and it's right at the end of the loop, and it's like the hardest one. And I was just writing down, I was like, this is pretty loose right now. Like, imagine how loose it's going to be when other people, will you guys go away with your fingers? I'm trying to like export some sort of discussion where you go, whoa, yeah, that's probably going to be pretty wild.
I didn't hear an excuse yet. I heard a preparation for an excuse after the race.
You both jumped the fingers. I was
about to. I was like going for it, and I was like, "Oh, he's not making an excuse. It's impressive."
I'm trying to elicit some discussion on this freaking podcast.
He's already blaming the trail.
Paul, don't get all mad because you make excuses, and we just try to capitalize on it. It's kind of like YouTube. Anyway,
I'm gonna get you guys. So, Anyway, this last trail, it's pretty tricky. But hopefully it all goes fine. However, I did get lost right at the end. I took a wrong turn and ended up on a golf course, and then went, oh crap! And it's actually like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's closed down. It's a closed down, decommissioned, I guess you'd say.
Okay. So did you ride through the middle of it?
Yeah. Like you can sometimes you can go and have a slalom race. Like there's like this perfect hill. Maybe we should do it one day. Actually, they used to do it. Like you just put some pegs in the ground and then people just go and have a dual slalom down it. But but I went down and I was like trying to find ways out, and every time there was like just fences. I mean, it says trespassing, but it's not really, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's just this, you go down like this really long golf hole and then go right there. And it's like, oh, maybe I can get out there. It's like, it just says, nope. So you have to turn around and pedal all the way back out. And I was like, I'd already been out for a couple hours. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, this sucks. Like the road is there.
How funny would it be to make a sign that just says nope, like nothing else? Like you can put that so many places, like nope.
You can put that here for sure, like 100%. This is exactly where the nope ending is.
Yep.
To trail.
So Paul, did you just ride once your pre-race kind of checkout?
Well, I did two. So I did one ride in one area and one ride in another area. Cool. I've just been to the bike park today. I did a bit around that, but I did that. I have done some running.
Sorry, one more time, just a little bit louder, Paul. I don't think the listeners can hear that.
I have done some road riding. I have to do the intervals, like I actually do. Like that's not an excuse. Like that's just fact.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, Shane, you Iron Man bastard over there. Like you know exactly what I needed to do.
This is like, it's like that friend who like has that ex that they keep going back to, and they're like, "What'd you do this weekend?" "Oh yeah, I hung out with the buds. I went to that party. I saw Veronica again." And you're like, "What? No, stop! It is terrible." Paul, just stop it, man. Shane, don't even think about it. Don't encourage him.
Oh, come back, Shane. Come back.
Paul, burn your road bikes. That's like blocking people on all social
my
media.
road bikes.
Yes.
Learn my road bikes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to learn my road bikes.
Learn your road bikes. Sorry, I'll say it in an English accent. Burn your road bikes.
Did I really? I also did. Yeah, I did another one. So, this is great news. I've just remembered. So I did do this other ride I did like a cool loamy trail, everyone's favorite. And then went and did the
Shane's like, "What's a loam?" Anyway, keep going, Paul.
It's like the opposite of jagged rocks that want to kill you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
Paul, how many non-alcoholic beers have you had, man? Come on, get it out.
They might be de-alcohol. Okay, great. Now I have to. Right,
Paul is drinking non-alcoholic beer.
It's actually very tasty. So whatever. Like I like the taste. That's it. Judge away.
I like how you said it's actually very tasty, which is an excuse, and then quickly went, "I like the taste," which is not an excuse. I'm proud of you, Paul. You're correcting.
No, it's actually very tasty. It's more of an opinion. It's not an excuse. Put that finger down. Just what are you doing?
I'm not flipping Paul off. I'm just holding up a 1 if you're listening. Anyway.
Oh my God. We should. Okay. I'll say that from there. Anyway. So I was riding down this trail and my shoulder, so this was like last week. What day are we on? This was almost a week ago. And my shoulder was still playing up and I just felt so weak. And I got really annoyed about it. So what I did was I just went and did a gym workout, which is like the exact opposite of what I should have done. Put more pressure on it. But then it actually fixed itself somehow. And now my rib pain is a little bit there, but only in like one specific movement. So that's fine.
Well, don't overdo it, man.
Well, I had no choice, but it was so funny that I got so annoyed at being so weak on a bike last week. I was like, I'm just so over it. I'm just going to go back to doing what I was doing. And then it actually helped. Like that makes no sense at all, but it did happen.
So the public still hasn't seen this accident that
all these excuses yet. Eric just takes so long to edit a video. It's ridiculous.
So are you going to post about it, Paul, or just let Eric post about it?
I was going to do a video where I cut my helmet open because a lot of people don't really. How many times have you had a crash and you've landed on your head and you still use the same helmet?
Never.
Like a lot of people do that. And I just wanted to see what was it like.
He said do.
What is wrong with you? Josh, have you done this thing that I guess parents do where you just spend so much time with your kids that you've forgotten how to like...
No, Shane laughed too. I was just verbalizing what
Shane might have done the same thing.
Seriously, like I'll say to adults, I need to go potty. I'll be right back.
When your dad-isms become life.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Sorry, Paul.
So you were cutting open your helmet?
Well, I haven't done it yet. I do actually need to get approval from the sponsors, I feel. I checked with them. I'm like, is this fine to do? So
I mean, you got to replace the helmet, so you're selling.
Oh yeah, I can't do anything with it. So it would just be. I don't know how. Well, from the crash, like I definitely landed on my head, but there's just like it's not like a big, cave in or anything. There's a little bit on the top, but I just wanted to see what's inside. If it's nothing interesting, then I just won't do anything with the video, right?
Before the video, take a hammer to it.
Oh yeah, like
make it look better.
Yeah. This is what happened to me, everyone. So yeah, take careful in future. I
had to replace like 3 helmets.
Oh wow! And that's where you got your name.
Well, yeah, that's how I started that, unfortunately.
So yeah, no, I'm actually pretty stoked. I feel like I'm back on the bandwagon. At least for the bike race, the BC bike race.
Awesome.
So that's my only goal, and that's all I care about. I see everyone going, and like there's like a couple of new Mega Nard trails that have appeared in Squamish, and everyone's gone and ridden them. And I would probably love to have been working back up to that at this time of year, but I've committed to doing this race. So that's what I got to focus on. So I got to take it easy.
And if you guys don't know, the BC bike race is a cross-country race, but it is like the most legit cross-country race in the world. And so that's why I don't give Paul a hard time about it. Proud of you, Paul.
Yeah, there's no excuses that can be had from that.
Oh,
I think
if anybody could find a way, Paul, I know you will. So
I expect to see a full report of that. No, they officially announced the course, but it's been on Trailforks for ages. I just want to bang it. So it's 7 days official riding, but there's a prologue, but it's only like 3.5 kilometers. I have no idea what that is in miles. But yeah, most of it is like 41K, 40K, 26K, 50K, 57K, 49K, and then 52K. And each of those is like 1,500 meters of climbing. What's that, about 4,000 feet? Or is that
it's
actually
like
more
5,200 feet?
It's what? 5,200 feet?
Yeah, you said 1,500 meters?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's what it is. So I won't be on the podcast that week. Just FYI.
Good excuse. That's a legit excuse, Paul. I'll give you that one.
Okay, let me just write that down. So
all right, good. All right, we got to get on to our actual topic of weight loss and mountain biking.
No, we don't. No, we don't. You've been freaking Jerry of the week.
Oh, sorry, guys.
That's like why this podcast is here, right?
Sheyn for some reason bailed on the jingle, but luckily enough, I have 3 years of musical training. So
you have a degree.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I have an official degree.
Yeah,
you do.
They don't call me Paul Haysom BA Ons for nothing. That is my name. Okay. Is it you? Is it me? Is it? Oh my God! What?
For a guy with a degree, you're pretty terrible.
Do you know what?
Canadian college.
Wait, no, that was English. I'm just going to put a cater on this. This guitar is pretty crap. Anyway, excuses. Is it me? Who's the Joey of the week? There you go. Second time.
Yeah.
Congrats on fitting in one excuse during 3 chords.
Yeah, it's 3 chords, isn't it? Just played 5 times. So, Joey of the week. I'm going to actually say it's me because I've been doing it all week where I do this classic thing where I convince myself that there's something wrong with my bike. Sheyn has seen it. Wait, yep. Josh has seen it as well. And I hadn't been doing it for ages. However, I was right in your 2 instances. Josh, my bike was all over the place in Whistler last year, and that was proven in that setup video. And then Sheyn, I came clean to you and told you how lost I got with my bike, and that's why it felt weird. However, this time, so on the ransom, everything. All the suspension felt so hard, and I was convinced, which is how I got the idea for the weight loss thing. I was convinced that I'd lost so much weight that my suspension settings were all completely off to the point where a couple of hours ago, I walked into the drugstore, got some scales, and weighed myself just to check. But no, I'm exactly the same weight. And then I called up.
I think what we can get out of this is that you just don't know how to set up your suspension.
Well, it's more, I know when something's wrong. I just don't know the solution.
Well, what was wrong, Paul?
So I called my mechanic friend, and he said, "Oh, it's probably just that your seals are a bit dry." So he said, "I'll just put in some They probably need a service, which is probably all it is." But he said, "Just drip a little bit of suspension oil in there, and it'll probably be good for another 3 rides or so." So I'm going to try that. But yeah, it's barely moved. Like, that's the thing. It just didn't make any sense. But I think it's just me. It's just me. And that is why I should be Joey of the week. Huh?
Isn't that a brand new bike?
Well,
pretty darn new. You
got to remember, we rode, I think that Whistler opening day really did a number on the suspension because it was so wet. It was so sandy. It just really gets in there and gets messed.
I'm just gonna call it. That's a Paul excuse right there. That is just a straight Paul.
God damn it! No.
We can't tell everyone to go get their fork serviced after one day at Whistler.
Well,
it's not been one day. I've ridden it quite a lot.
And
2 days.
there is some validity in saying one long day at Whistler, like, it is enough bike abuse to get it serviced. Like, I could hear you say that, but Paul,
it was the wet day. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that was, Shane, I'm sure you've seen the photo of me from opening day where we're covered in mud. Like the bike just got like covered, and it's all sandy stuff. And it does just get in there, and especially when you just leave it for ages, it just dries out.
But just so you know, I rode twice as much as Paul on opening day with my brand new bike, and then have rode 20 times afterwards. And my suspension, which is the same on the fork, is fine.
But you're also heavier than me, so it's easier to activate the suspension.
That is true. Speaking of weight loss, I need to do that.
Okay. Any other suggestions for Jerry of the week? I don't know if anyone has been.
Aaron Gwynn.
What's he done? He hasn't done anything.
He didn't fall this week. That was last week.
Yeah, he got 5th place.
That's so I think he can. I think that's
He's supposed
fine.
to get Joey every week.
He's only 5th in the world. Oh my god, what a failure!
Yeah, right.
I did nothing Joey worthy, so
just nothing. I did nothing.
Not this week. I mean, I get like 9 out of 10, but this is the 1 out of 10. I just did fine.
Yeah, I do wish other people had been a little bit more Jerry, but no one really has, apart from. Hold on, wait a minute. Speaking of Jerry, Shane? Are you eating again while we're trying to record this audio podcast?
Well, so
I'm going to bring you up. Look, you're actually just eating.
Last week. Yeah, and people are saying you shouldn't be eating popcorn. So I brought a whole thing of noodles. We're talking about weight loss, aren't we?
Shane's like, let's talk about weight loss. I got a whole dish of noodles, and I just went out to eat for dinner. So whatever you need, guys.
Shane, that's the thing. You've just been out for a huge dinner. Like, why do you need to eat more food?
It's leftovers. Come on.
It was a work dinner. He didn't want to look fat in front of people, so he just saves it for when he gets back home.
And he also tries to save company money by making sure people don't earn as much or don't spend as much. Like, oh no, guys, this is all I'm eating, so everyone should really follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the salad.
Wow. Can I have a half? Do you do half salads?
Paul, I was going to say that I pulled a Joey move in my maintenance of my bike, but then again, the maintenance I was doing is probably not Joey certified, like doing a full brake bleed from a whole new brake. But anyway, I did end up spraying, it was mineral oil, but I sprayed mineral oil out of the caliper, like where the piston comes out. I don't know how I did it, but I managed every time I pull the brake, mineral oil comes shooting out of the caliper.
So you just didn't tighten that bolt down?
No. It's not the bolt. It's the actual piston that it shoots out of.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Wait, hold on. Let's explore this a little bit more. Like how? I don't. And did the piston like come out?
No. There was a bleed block in there, and oil started shooting out of the piston. It's right. It's right behind me. I can prove it to you guys. It's ridiculous.
Maybe we should talk about that in a professional context.
Yes, exactly. Because that is not a Joey move.
Okay. Well, that sucks. We'll look into that this week. Thanks for telling me so soon.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for not hating me.
I did. For those who don't know, I help out Josh with getting his products. So this is. This is a Jerry move. This is a Jerry move in itself, Josh. You going, I'm not going to tell Paul until we're doing the podcast.
Gotcha that time.
Okay.
We almost had a perfect segue and you had to blow it.
Come on, Paul.
Sorry, I'm just so full. So weight loss. There we go. Now I've just been thinking about this because, I've come up with the idea. It's super original. I'm going to see how much weight I lose over the course of this cross-country race. at the BC bike race. And it really made me think about kind of cycling and how it's such a great way to stay in shape and be fit. So what do you guys think? Do you think mountain biking is a viable way for someone to lose weight? That's what I wanted to kind of postulate.
Yeah, I'll start. And I think the answer is absolutely yes, but it depends on how much you ride your bike. Being that it's a great cardio workout, keeps your heart rate really high, but yet again, that depends where you ride. But I think it's,
I don't think, a lower heart rate would actually help burn more fat.
Yes.
But I don't think it does. And here's the for why. I mean, if you look at roadies, like generally kind of, if you take the average of the mass public, right? Roadies will probably be skinnier than a mountain biker, I would say. And I don't really understand why, because people still go out and ride. They ride a lot. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it doesn't seem to do the same thing. Do we just eat too much after a ride?
I think they drink more coffee, and mountain biking is known for drinking beer. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
Maybe.
Could it be it? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's they do more miles. Sheyn, you are an ex-roadie. Luckily, you totally turned away from your old terrible life. But what do you think?
Yes. Well, I mean, so when I was a roadie, I'm 5'8". I was 135 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilogram meters, but
they do pounds per weight. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
I think you just kind of divide it by 2 and then take a little bit off. I think that's the general rule.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I was super skinny. Now I'm a mountain biker and I'm 160 pounds. It was just, and I think some of it has to do with the muscles are different, but really, I hate saying it in this terminology, the watts per kilogram, like you're putting out so many more watts over the course of time
on a road bike?
That is cardio based. Yes. Like cardio based.
Your legs don't stop spinning, do they? Like your legs are always moving. Yeah.
Always. Whereas on a mountain bike, I mean, you're still getting a workout when you're going downhill, but you're not getting that consistent wattage output. And now I'm going to go shave my legs because I just said wattage like 5 times.
No, but I think it's a viable thing. Like, I mean, I definitely lost some weight through cycling, not directly, but it was probably I definitely got to a certain point. Like when I was doing, I mean, a few years ago, when I was trying to work towards doing the EWS races, I lost like 7 kilos, I think. Oh. 7? Oh. No, maybe 6. I don't know. But I was like 74 kilos, and then I dropped to 68 just before the race. But I think that was actually a combination of I thought that I needed to do a long ride all the time. So like every ride that I would do would be like 1,000 meters of climbing.
Wow.
And then I'd just become vegetarian pretty much. And I wasn't actually being very social. So I didn't drink. I wasn't drinking. So that could be part of it. But at the same time, I probably got weaker because I was only doing cardio stuff. I wasn't doing any strength stuff.
Yeah. See,
oh yeah.
For me, mountain biking helps me maintain like my current weight and not gain weight, which is a good thing. But the most in shape I ever was doing running, training for a marathon and a half marathon. Like I dropped 25 pounds in like 3 months. And that's
quite a lot.
Yeah, wow. It was a lot. And it was because I was following a training regimen. I lived in Arizona, so I was doing a road biking as well. Don't worry, I would never touch the stuff again.
You road biked as well.
Oh yeah, we all have our dark days. You know what
you're
guys.
Like? You're like the secret smoker that is super against smoking, but will actually go outside and join people for a quick one.
I went for a road bike when I moved here to Bellingham 3.5 years ago. I went on 2 road bikes, rides, and then after that I said never again, and I have stuck to my word. I used to be a road biker, but now I am sober. Thank you. 3 years sober. Anyway.
Well, I don't understand what was bad about it.
because riding a road bike here in Bellingham, like it's full of hills, which is fine for a workout, but there's no bike lanes like anywhere. So it's super deadly. All the good places to ride are terrible roads. So I hear about people getting hit all the time. That's why I stopped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is that's reasonable. There's a lot of fear. And this is where mountain biking can come in. Because there's no cars, hopefully, on the trails. I mean, things would be going really wrong if that was going to happen.
Yeah. But anyway, for me, when I mountain bike a lot, like, I don't know, I just maintain and then I can eat a bunch of junk and not worry about it, which I really enjoy. But as far as like losing weight, like I would have to like do the normal mountain biking routine I have and then really think very heavily about what I'm eating and not eating healthy and making good choices.
So do you think mountain biking is actually a good way of losing weight? Because sometimes I'm like, is it
mountain biking? Like if you're a cross country rider, yeah.
But okay, let's say, I mean, for the sake of North America, okay, because we can't say the same for Europe. Because if you say mountain biker in Europe, it is very much like lycra, short travel, going for long cross country rides. So, but in North America, if we say like, you've got a 150 mil travel bike or whatever, and you ride and you do that kind of mountain biking that we generally do, S3. Like, could you say to someone like, oh, you should take up this sport because it's a great way of losing weight?
I'm going to be controversial and say no.
See, I would say no too, because like, let's say you're 20 to 50 pounds overweight, like the amount of muscle you're going to gain from the ups and the downs, like I think is going to counteract it. You might lose a little bit of weight, but nothing compared to, dare I say, road biking or running or, a strict workout regimen. Yeah. I'm surprised I say that. Like but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, but it just surprises me that I feel like we should be losing more weight than we actually are. Because you go out riding and it's like, it's tiring.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing that kind of baffles me. It's like, it is still exercise, but it just doesn't seem to, like, I'd say for the majority of people, it doesn't seem to kind of give that output. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you could be an avid mountain biker and have a beer gut. Like there's lots of guys that do. Yeah, whereas in most avid road bikers or cross-country riders or runners, you're pretty slender. Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a golden rule of like how long a bike ride you need to do, or
how many miles a week or something, or
I think it's just time. I don't think it's distance. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Like if you do 2 hours of mountain biking, like, is that going to be enough? Probably. I don't know. I wonder if there's some sort of study anywhere that says it.
But the 2 hours are going to be different where you are versus where I am,
Yeah, but it's still time on the bike, isn't it? It's just like, that's why time rather than distance or meters climbed or anything.
Yeah.
But even like a 2 hour road bike ride versus a 2 hour mountain bike ride, I know I'm going to burn way more on a 2 hour road bike ride.
Yeah. Okay. So how much, well, I guess you could look at calories, couldn't you? Like how many calories do you, I'm sure there's a computer somewhere that says like on Strava, it's like, oh, you burned this much.
Well, you can wear your heart rate monitor while you use Strava on a mountain bike ride and see how many calories you burn.
That's true. So what is
what I do?
You have a heart rate monitor.
Yeah, I wear it. It feels like wearing a bra. It's terrible. Sorry, Shane. Go.
It sucks. No, just when I did the heart rate monitor and the watts for a road bike ride, for every, I think it was 2 hours, I'd burn like 1,000 calories. But on a mountain bike ride, every 2 hours is like 400 to 500 calories.
That must be where you ride, because here, if I do a 2 hour ride, I'll burn over 1,000 calories.
You will.
Yeah.
Really? No way.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't.
You're climbing up to the fire roads.
I don't stop when I go on 2 hour rides. Like I don't socialize or stop to take a break.
Well, you don't stop at the top. I need to come on a ride with you.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I just had a look actually. So I did a 1 hour road bike ride. For some reason, it doesn't say calories on here, but it says kilojoules. Shane, do you know how that translates?
It's about the same.
What a bunch of freaking weirdos.
Shut up. You wear a heart rate monitor on a normal bike ride. You're one of us.
Because I'm pudgy and I want to eat more pizza. America.
So in an hour of this, which was like 80% intensity or whatever that is. But anyway, I managed to burn 576, right, in that hour. But then on a mountain bike ride where I actually rode for 20 minutes longer, I burnt 440. So I think that's just it, I guess. But should you probably have to have the goal of losing weight, right? Like you have to be like, I am going to mountain bike to lose weight.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. And then you got to watch what you eat and not drink a shit ton after.
Yep.
Yeah, which brings us to our first ever sponsor, the de-alcoholized brew from President's Choice.
We would never take that sponsorship. No.
What are you talking about? We're trying to sell out as fast as possible on this podcast.
To be fair, I would be a big advocate of selling out on a beer that people can't get drunk on no matter how hard they tried. You would die of water poisoning before getting drunk on alcohol.
You would drown. You would drown before you get drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 10 beers equals a normal beer. Anyway.
Okay. Hey, we have some questions from listeners I've just seen.
We have listeners? What?
Yeah. We have a whole bunch of listeners.
So many, you wouldn't believe it.
And they tell us. Who found this question? Who found this question?
I did, from Mountain Bike Matt.
Yeah, I saw it as well. Thanks, Mountain Bike Matt.
Thanks, MTBM. If you approve.
So Mountain asks, how much do you guys spend on bike-related stuff a month, not including bikes? Is it a lot or is it not enough? That's interesting.
Ooh, okay. I think we'll allow this as this is definitely on the limit of bike chat, but we'll allow this.
So not including bikes.
I probably spend most of my money on food. Funnily enough, leading on from our last discussion.
That doesn't count.
It does. It definitely does.
No.
If I wasn't man biking, I wouldn't be eating as much food. Ergo, it counts.
No, Paul, we're talking about mountain bike equipment. Food is not mountain biking equipment.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of sponsors that help me out with stuff. So not that much, actually. I mean, I buy vodka for the mechanics that help me out and make it go quicker.
What did you call it?
Vodka.
Oh, vodka. Sorry.
What did you? Okay.
I thought you were saying like LaCroix, oddly. Sorry.
Oh, classic Josh. Did someone say a beverage of any kind? Oh, it must be LaCroix.
It has to be.
No, I actually buy brake pads. That's something I do buy. But do you know you can get the most mechanics have like a whole bag of them in like a workshop. I don't know if you know about this. So rather than buy the ones in the packet, you can just ask for the workshop ones and they're like way cheaper.
Yeah, Paul, I don't use my brakes like half as much as you do, so I don't have to worry about that. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Gotcha that time.
This is a genuine bit of advice. So
that's good, though. I didn't know that.
I spent like, I think it was 25 a pad, 25 for a pair instead of like 40 that come in the packet.
Yeah, and you use SRAM brakes. Normally my XT pads, even if they're quad pistons, are $25-$30. So that's good to know, though.
That is good to know.
Go ahead, Shane.
No, I was just going to say, for me, it's probably going to the shop, too, where I spend most of my money because I'm always breaking all my stuff. And it's probably, I would say, average of $100 a month. I'm riding hard, maybe $200 a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you think about
I might go through tires once a month when I'm riding hard, and those are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's unique because I don't go through tires like you guys do, Shane. We don't have dry trunk. It's dry trunk. Dry chunk.
Dry trunk.
The trunk in my car is so dry right now. Anyway, we don't have
everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's like suspension or my drivetrain has a failure or something. Like that's where my money goes to at the shop. The one thing that Matt asked, he's like, or that I was thinking about is like, I actually don't spend enough money on like a good pair of shorts. Like I only have like really one. I have a couple others that I wear too. One pair that I absolutely love. And I'm like, I need to buy more shorts because I ride so much. Having more gear so I don't smell like old laundry would be great, you know?
I'd say that's one of the best things about my setup is the clothing. Because when I ride, 4 or 5 times a week, it's just like you just go through so much stuff and like it just wears,
Yeah.
Like it's really it's really kind of annoying. I'm just trying to think. Like I would honestly I spend more of it on like just other things, like the gas to get to a trail, or like just like if I go riding, I end up spending more on peripheral things.
When someone is so sponsored, they only spend money on gas and food. Can I say that? Is that okay, Paul? That's the truth.
I don't care. Like I'm quite happy to not spend my money on
that's
of bike
fair.
gear. So
I say because I'm jealous, not because I'm in any way salty.
no, I'm very fortunate. Like I know that. But yeah, I think it's the thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I did that video where I gave $2,600 to my trails, because like I was like, well, this is the reason I can do all this stuff is because I've got like this world-class trails. I need to just give back some of that. So yeah, I chose to spend my money on trails because I'm fortunate enough not to spend my money on bikes. How's that? That's quite good, isn't it?
It's great.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Average that out per month.
Hey,
I was going to say it wasn't an excuse, so I'm impressed.
oh, great. I think it's when you go away, isn't it? When you go on a trip, then like money is no object. Like Sheyn, when you did your wheel in Sedona, it was like money, whatever. I'll give you a blank check, sir. And if you can make my bike work tomorrow, then you put the number that you feel is apt. Like that's it.
At that point, I was just like, if you can't fix it, then I'll just buy a new wheel because I'm in Sedona,
Yeah, see, it's like that. Josh, have you ever? I don't know how much traveling. Oh, you've been to Whistler a couple of times.
Oh, I've had to like pay money to repair multiple things at Whistler, but because I'm so cheap and because I'm so extroverted and can like maneuver my way into anything, I'm just
such a nice person that I can just get away with anything.
It's honestly the truth. People, I think I shared, but I literally broke a spoke in a carbon wheel with cush core, and I got the spoke put in and retaped and my whole wheel back on for $15 Canadian.
What? No way.
What?
You've got to shout out the shop that did that for you.
It was the bean one, the one by the lift.
The Garbanzo bike and bean.
Yeah, because literally
he didn't put cush core back on. For 15.
No. Did I not tell this story last show?
No, this should have come up way earlier.
How did I not? Anyway, so what happened was I broke a spoke. I literally saw it on the trail and I thought, who left their spoke here? This is hurtful to the environment. And
that was a great clip.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And then I threw the spoke, and then literally as I threw it, I thought, I'm hurting the environment by not like taking the spoke out of here. And then I realized it was my spoke and I went, oh my God.
Hold on a minute. Did this happen last Friday?
Yeah. No,
where was the nomination for Jury of the Week on this exact moment?
Yes.
No.
Because you win so much harder.
This was a week and a half ago, so it would have been last week's podcast.
Well, we should retroactively give you Jury of the Week for finding a spoke and going, who would litter? I almost throw this away immediately. Wait, that's my spoke, and I shouldn't litter.
And so basically,
next level.
So I'll speed this up.
I'll fat. Okay.
All fat. So I went down, checked with all the bike shops, and I said, hey, do you have straight pull spokes for a 29-inch wheel? Which most of the bikes said no. I also said, hey, how long would it take to replace, put the spoke in, retape the tire? I have cush core, it's whatever. And so I went to 5 shops. All of them said we can get it done tomorrow. One of them said we can get it done in an hour. And then that was before I told them I had cush core. And they're like, oh, maybe an hour and a half. And so then I found a shop that had the right size spoke. A different shop measured it. So I got the spoke, paid $250 Canadian, then went back to the bike shop that could do it. And I said, okay, I have an idea, guys. What if I take the tire and the cush core off because I have a tire lever? That's all I need. And then literally all you have to do is put in the spoke and tape it. And they're like, yeah, that would be awesome. And I said, cool, I'll be back in 3 minutes. And they looked at me and they laughed. And I said, no, I will take the tire, the cush core, and the tape off in 3 minutes. And so I go out, I come back like 5 minutes later. He puts the new spoke and tapes it up. And I said, now I'm going to put on cush core and the tire. And I guarantee you, and I looked at him, I said, 6 minutes. And he was like, nah. And I said, I'll make you a deal. If I can do it in 6 minutes, like, do I like get everything for free at the shop? And I like made him laugh hard enough because he's like, this pudgy white guy from America is not going to be able to do this. And I said, ready, set, go. And sure enough, I put on cush core on a carbon wheel without hurting it and a tire in under 6 minutes. And I walked in and I said, do I get $1,000 off my repair? And the guy laughed so hard that when he went to ring me up, he was like, let's just make it $15. I was like, sounds good to me, buddy. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is very impressive.
Yeah.
Also, I can't believe you can do cush core in 6 minutes. That's pretty impressive.
Well, cush core, it's like,
Or you didn't put cush core in and you just threw it away. And you was at the final and I was like, I've done it. Mm-hmm.
joke's on you. The cush core, once you've had it on, like, it's like a new tire. Once you've had it on and inflated and used it, it's a lot easier to get back on.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Once those tires
that
are
is a great-
stretched.
Yep.
That is a great story. And on that bombshell, as Top Gear would say, I don't know where that came from. Have we figured out how we're going to end the podcast yet?
That's it. I still like that.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.